Welcome to Global Risk Community Chat. Today, our guest is Tomas Martinkėnas. I'm very happy to have you here today, Tomas. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. So before we get into the topic, can you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, of course. So my name is Tomas. I enjoy cycling and mountain climbing. In my professional life, I'm working as a security and privacy director in Vinted, which is the largest second-hand fashion marketplace in Europe. I'm embedding security and privacy in the business value chain at my work.
Yeah, cool. Sounds super fun, actually. Also, your hobbies and your work environment as well. So, what topic would you like to share with us today?
Yeah, so I would like to discuss how to enable informative decisions in business by implementing the risk management framework. The global risk management market size was valued at $7.4 billion in 2019 and is projected to reach $29 billion by 2027. Which means growing at 90% from 2020 to 2027. And that's according to Elliott Market Research. According to McKinsey report, critical decision failures occur as frequently as decision successes. In addition to that, more than 90% of business decisions are commonly based on factors such as personal intuition, experiences, education, history, emotions, and even gut feelings. It comes to my attention that risk management can be an opportunity in growing businesses.
Yeah, that is, I think, very important indeed. I think risk management is not only about, like mitigating risks, but it is also, I think, a big enabler in growth. So what are some key things when it comes to this topic? What some key things you can share about?
Yeah, so I would narrow successful risk management framework implementation into three primary necessities to provide a foundation. Firstly, understand the goal of the risk management framework because we are measuring the success accordingly. The risk management framework aims to enable businesses to make informative decisions, as I mentioned, not to reduce incidents by itself or win new markets, but to make informative decisions. A successfully implemented tool should allow the organization to balance opportunity and risk. I think that the expectations of the risk management framework maturity depends on various criteria. Company size, stage of growth, sector, less or highly regulated, company value. However, the principles stay the same. The risk management framework is for informative decision-making. Other tools in our toolbox are for framing risk, a few to mention. Risk appetite, for example. We can define zero tolerance areas. An example would be the risks that are affecting human safety or lives. Key risk indicators, opportunities. And yes, modern risk management definition recognizes the risk is not only about threats, but also opportunities. If you ever try to convince the team to document not only risks, but opportunities, I can guarantee it was a tremendous experience, and so on. So previously listed are the tools, but not the goal of risk management itself. Have a Swiss knife sharpness setting the goal and success criteria. Secondly, define accountability and make leaders in the organization accountable. The initiative of risk management implementation usually comes from risk-aware functions like information security, privacy, compliance, etc. Risk management is an essential part of the disciplines mentioned previously. However, it is not natural still in fields focused on opportunities, delivery or growth, like product design, etc. Without high-level management buy-in, it might be difficult or impossible to achieve that risks are prioritized in the product or engineering roadmaps in an informative manner. As an outcome, high-level management should be the ultimate stakeholders in implementing risk management and be held responsible during risk reviews and their one-on-ones with C-level. Lastly, I would say ensure transparency. It is closely related to the previously discussed topic. Risk management framework could be easily misinterpreted as a graveyard where risks are forgotten until they materialize, obviously, for various reasons, like lack of clarity, changes in the business environment, organizational structure, lack of ownership, etc. According to the McKinsey survey, the board's tendency to spend time on risk management decreases from 2015. Even if we decide not to mitigate the risk acceptance cannot happen in the corridor or 2 minutes discussion in the boardroom. Rushing for another agenda item, and especially when critical and high risks are at stake. We need to find time and weight the opportunity and risk. Another way of ensuring transparency and accountability is by establishing an internal audit function. And organizations are choosing the strategy based on their culture. To summarize, those 3 criteria are essential for a successful risk management framework implementation. Understand the goal and measure success accordingly, define accountability, and own the risks, and finally, ensure transparency.
Yeah, actually, that's also a really great summary as well, I think, of everything you have shared, which in a way also actually answers my next question, which is normally sharing some takeaway points for our viewers to implement. But is there maybe anything you can add on, like anything they can just start right now to implement with? The first thing maybe they can start with.
Of course. So measuring what matters in risk management can be challenging. Suppose the risk management framework has potential financial impact calculations and risks are categorized. In that case, it is possible to calculate the overall potential economic impact and distribute it across the organization or different risk groups. One can set an objective, for example, to reduce X amount of potential financial impact in Y amount of time owned by Department Z. And this goal has at least a few benefits. So it is measurable and has predefined term. Such an objective can be cascaded across the department between the teams. The objective is positively oriented towards business goals. It acts as a catalyzer to describe risk appetite. The objective helps to build the relationships between the teams and increase awareness in risk management. Of course, it has clear accountability incorporated in the objective. Try quantifying even qualitative risks. It will bring a lot of insights. And I invite listeners to share their opinion about the proposed objective and discuss what works for you. Please post it in the Global Risk Community group or send me a message on LinkedIn.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that as well. So I want to finish off with one last question, because you're also, of course, a member of our community. How it is for you to be part of our community?
Yeah, so I created my Global Risk Community profile 3 years ago, I think. I remember that because I was searching for the community to meet like-minded peers and discuss risk management framework implementation, sorrows and joys. Back then, I changed the sector from financial to scale-up online platform. I have found a lot of exciting ideas in the global risk community, and it's my honor to share some insights in this podcast. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. The pleasure is ours. And that concludes our podcast for today. So thank you and have a great day.